सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण भगवान की। हे प्रभु आनंददाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए, शीघ्र सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। लीजिए हमको शरण में, हम सदाचारी बने, ब्रह्मचिंतक धर्म रक्षक वीर व्रतधारी बने। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। निंदा किसी की हम किसी से भूल कर भी ना करे, सत्य बोले झूठ त्यागे मेल आपस में करे। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। प्रेम से हम गुरुजनों की नित्य ही सेवा करे, दिव्य जीवन हो हमारा तेरे यश गाया करे। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। शीघ्र सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए, दूर हमसे कीजिए। दया करो मोरे माँ काली मैया, दया करो मोरे माँ। दुखियन के दुख दूर करो, दुखियन के दुख दूर करो। दया करो मोरे माँ काली मैया, दया करो मोरे माँ। देवी देवता करे प्रशंसा, देवी देवता करे प्रशंसा। सुर नर मुनि गण दास तुम्हारे, सुर मुनि गण दास तुम्हारे। दास तुम्हारो जानत कछु ना, दास तुम्हारो जानत कछु ना। भव सागर से पार करो, भव सागर से पार करो। दया करो मोरे माँ काली मैया, दया करो, दया करो, दया करो। माँ काली माता की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ। जरा लोक दिसतात बरं वाटतं. कॅमेरा ऑन करा रे, चांगले दिसतात तुम्ही. सगळे एकदम स्मार्ट आहेत. लोक बघितले की पण बरं वाटतं. अरे वा. तर त्या कोणाला ते असंच आपल्या स्क्रीनवर एकटाच मनन चिंतन करत असं वाटतं. एनिवे 36वा घेतला. लास्ट टाइम टू द 36th one, right? Vijay, you are there for the last group. Just summarize in short. Anyone for that matter. Blank हो गए ना, ऐसा होता है.
I was there last time. I'm just actually recalling what I saw in the takeaways from everyone.
Ah,
Uh,
don't
that
tell me
this has
that.
to.
Tell me your own thing. What we did last time.
So I joined in between because at the
Ah,
ball
right.
we
Right.
had.
Okay. Who was there for beginning? Tell that person. Tell. थोडक्यात सांगा रे, खूप जास्त नको रमा कंटेन. हे काय रे तुमचं पुढचं पाठ आणि मागचं सपाट. हा हा राईट. राईट. And what
And
else?
also, like Arjuna, like he's a kshatriya, so for him honor is everything. So if you don't go swadharma and like honor what his dharma is, that's his pride, right? So if he doesn't do it, then it will cause dishonor for you. Like no one will, like everyone will ridicule you, or like he's just scaring him a little bit, so that way he realizes what he is avoiding or not doing.
Right. Anything else? धनलक्ष्मी, आवाज नाही येते. नो 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 वॉइस.
So I'll tell you later.
लेटर.
Later.
जान दे. Okay. Anybody else? Anu.
Sir, last in the first chapter, as we have seen, Arjuna gives all the reasons as to when he fights with his own people, what all will lead to dishonor. Krishna, in the second chapter, as he tells him, you have to fight. And in the middle, he comes as to, if you don't do all this, then dishonor will come to you. So he is just catching of all those points that Arjuna had held on to, and he's saying the same thing to Arjuna, that now if you don't do this, it is going to be dishonor. And then we discussed about how when we are in fear, or on the same lines, how do we escape in all such situations, and
Right.
how what do we hold on to
Very
in
good.
such situations. That is what was the takeaway
Right. Perfect.
that we saw.
Perfect. I wanted that. And you told me all in this, everything else. We were discussing about our mind. And the tips you all gave me about how to keep your mind on the proper track. Someone told me satsanga, someone told me japa, someone told me to go away from the place. You all gave us suggestions, right? That was what we discussed. Okay. Now we'll take the 37th one, right? Or 36th one? 36th one.
37th one.
37th one. Hmm. Read. Read, Viju.
हतो
Anto.
वा
Atova.
हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ
Kaunteya.
कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः. Slain you will obtain heaven, victorious you will enjoy the earth. Therefore stand up, O son of Kunti, determined to fight. In case he has to give up his life on the war front while fighting for such a noble cause, he shall certainly enter the heaven of the heroes, Veeraswarga, to stay and to enjoy there for aeons. In case he wins, he shall certainly come to rule over the kingdom and enjoy in the world. and thereafter he shall go to heaven to enjoy there the status of a mighty hero who fought championing the cause of Dharma. Either way, he, either way he will gain because he was on the side of the good.
अश्विनी कुमार जी,
यस।
आपका आवाज आ रहा है मोबाइल का, आवाज आ रहा है?
नहीं तो
नहीं ना? हाँ,
नहीं मेरा नहीं।
नहीं, हाँ, ठीक है। वो आवाज आ रहा था, बीच में डिस्टर्बेंस। एनीवे, हाँ,
Either way he will
एनीवे,
gain because
आइदर वे,
yeah. Either way he will gain because he was on the side of the good, with the war aims of the Pandavas being stoutly righteous.
राइट। See, it's a simple, what to say, bargain में नहीं है, view that if you go and win the battle, you'll go to heaven. I mean, if you go and win the battle, you'll get your kingdom. And in case you lose the battle and you don't win, still you'll go to heaven, because in fighting for a righteous cause in the war will give you heaven. So on either way, he is on the winning side only. He's going to get his profit. है ना? काय केलं तरी, even here now, see, even in our life, day to day life, we have got so many problems, and with those problems we think what the Lord has done for us. He's only giving us problems and nothing else. But with those problems which you are getting daily or in the regular basis, they help you to make you a strong person if you take it in the right spirit. है ना? Who remains in this world without problems? Tell me. If I tell you to give your problems, this 2-3 groups will not be sufficient. Everyone has got a big list of problems. है ना? My ear is paining, my nose is paining. Right from that to my son is not listening to me. असं everything everywhere. सगळंच असतात गंमत. And therefore, problems each and everyone has. But when you with a firm determination and a goal set for y'all, for us, everybody, or y'all, Kashala, for me also. For a goal set for us, if you pursue that path, then those problems becomes very trivial. Uh, For example, if you have got an exam, and in that exam, there are so many disturbances which are going on all around. There's one loudspeaker behind the class which is on the full volume. There are the copy squad has come, who are catching the people who are copying. Then that is confusion going on. But in spite of all that, you don't pay attention to it and you focus on the paper. Why? Because writing the paper at that particular moment is the most important for point in your life. If you write the paper properly, you'll get good marks and your career will be secured. See, similarly in our life, when we have kept a goal of securing good marks and getting a good career or a good goal, this trivial, or maybe for at that particular moment important, uh, what conditions or circumstances which disturb you come, I have to overcome them. Why? Because I have got myself a higher goal. Tell me one thing. We'll just discuss. When each one of us has a problem, right? Yeah. Tell me which problem in your life has remained for more than 8 days, 10 days. सांगा बरं. नवरा बायका भांडले. नवऱ्याने बायकोशी भांडण केलं किंवा बायको नवरा किती दिवस राहतं भांडण? जो तुमच्या जीव आयुष्यभर बोलणार नाही म्हणते. आणि परत दुसऱ्या दिवशी सकाळी चहा पाहिजे काढून विचारायला येते. येते की नाही? Which point remains country permanent? कुछ नहीं. Then that if you remember that even this will pass. Gurudev's sentences, even this will pass away. Everything doesn't come permanently in our life. It comes and goes away. Good things as well as bad things. Therefore, in good things, never elate yourself, and in bad things, don't get yourself depressed and go down. Let it come and go. That you can, master if you start becoming a witness of all this. I just remain aloof and see what all is happening in my life too. When I get involved in some things in that, and then the problem starts. Till the time I am seeing that one child has fallen on the ground. Someone will pick him up. But when you see properly and when you see that it is your own son, Then all that guju guju happens, to go and pick him, go and to pick him up. अरे मेरा बच्चा है, क्या होगा, everything. Because the attachment towards the sense objects and the sense pleasure makes you a slave of them. And those circumstances then sit on your head. And then your personality becomes a shattered personality. Why? Because day in and day out you are thinking. Tell me one thing. Yeah, if you consider your son is not listening, suppose, or daughter is not listening. But then I feel very angry. And then I take out all my accounts book. What all I've done for her or him. But then that time you forget the good things she has or he has done to you. He has given you that child has given you so much joy, love, affection, concern. But all that I forget in that particular one small thing. Like that, if you have heard, what is his name? I forgot his name. Gopal Gaur, Gopal Gaur. He was telling a story that his friend was sitting there in front of him. They have told him so many times that he was wearing that what is it? Shawl or a muffler on his head like that. What? He said, I always go in all this IT people and everywhere in a prestigious crowd, and this fellow goes on wearing that. And उसको बोला यार, don't wear this. He doesn't listen because he is he gets problem because of the air conditioning. Other than I thought when our friendship is of 37 years. When 37 years back, we had a small, what is that, shelf in which we kept saw a small shelf only, on which we kept all our things. And I used to go and come in the scorching heat. I used to see when I opened my cupboard, there's a cool glass of mango juice, sometimes lemon juice, some kept there. I used to wonder who's keeping that. And one day I hid and saw that this person was bringing this juice to me. So he has so much concern for me when I'm going in and out. Who else is going to go? And after all that he has done for 37 years, only because of this faltu things, useless thing that he's wearing, I should forsake my friendship. I should get angry on him. So bad. Similarly, when I start thinking of a relationships around me, so much good things they have done for us. In their association, in their company, so many good things have happened. And I've with a brush of my this thing paintbrush, I just throw them aside, and only the one factor which is maybe you are correct at that time, and which is wrong or he is wrong, I just glorify it, and then that person becomes our greatest enemy on earth. ठीक है ना? If there is the relationship is the relationship is what you say, त्याला काय म्हणतात, symbiotic, both ways. Doesn't go, it goes hand in hand. And if he has to understand you or she has to understand you, even it is your or our duty to understand her or him. I only want, I'm only very adamant about my rights, but I am very casual about my responsibilities. And uska duty hai, his rights, he has my duty, his duty is to take care of the family. And now then he goes away or she goes away. But then my duty is also as a family member to take care of the family. And then this go hand in hand. Therefore, understanding is required on both sides. Whenever a problem arises in our materialistic life too, I should be able to see that problem as a third person. And when I see the problem as a third person, the problem doesn't remain at all. Till when is the problem? Tell me. Till that time, I don't find a solution. Once you start finding a solution in the problem doesn't remain at all. रातों का प्रश्न, I have to choose a career. Should I take this A job, B job, or C job? Till the time I don't choose or select the job, I am in a problem. But once I decide I am going to take the job number B, does the problem remain? No. Similarly, in our life, there are so many things which are happening day in and day out. In the office, in your home, on the road, in your mental framework, things are happening. But once I start looking at them as a third party, as a witness to all this, These things are coming and going. They are not going to remain permanent. My focus is on the higher. And if I have to catch hold of the higher, the lower has to be left. That contemplation, if you go on doing slowly, slowly, slowly on the seat of meditation, all these problems will vanish. खाणारच नाही प्रॉब्लेम. या देहाला हा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. आपला हात हे परमनंट कुठे? व्हेर इज दॅट दिस बॉडी इज परमनंट. One day this is going to go. And for that impermanent body in this impermanent world, I am seeking permanent happiness. So, if you see in that way, the most foolish person on this earth is myself. कुठल्या गोष्टीचं permanent joy and permanent happiness and permanent grief will not be there. It will come and go. If I understand this, and then Arjuna's, then I'm able to correlate Arjuna with myself. The Krishna is telling me or Arjuna and Arjuna in me that Baba, this point, if you fight, you'll get heaven. I mean, you'll win if you win. If you happen, if you're going for a war, and if you win, you'll go to heaven. And in case you lose, still, sorry, काय confusion होतो बाबा. If in the war, if you win, you'll get your kingdom. And if in the war, if you lose, you're going to go to heaven. Either way. I'm thinking of that way, that either way you're going to be on the winning side. And therefore, when such difficult situations arise in my life, I should not complain, but I should take them as a boon from the Lord, because when such things come, my personality becomes more and more stronger. It helps me to become a stronger person. I should be able to take positivity of all things which are there in my life. Kai you de? Good, bad, better, worst. Okay. Either way, he will gain because he was on the side of the good. The war aims of the Pandavas being a stoutly righteousness. Hmm? Read, continue, Vijay. Anything else you have to say? Otherwise, continue.
Okay.
Hmm.
Therefore, meaning for all the reasons so far enumerated, arise, resolve to fight. Earlier on, Arjuna, after expressing his feelings of grief and despair, had sat inert and motionless upon throwing down his weapons. Krishna asked his friend to come out of this moodiness and dejection and be determined to fight the noble war.
Continue.
The call to war is justified because of the particular situation in the Mahabharata wherein the Gita was given out. Generalizing the call of Krishna, we must say that it is a divine call to man to discard his melancholy, dejections in the face of life's challenges, and to come forward to play as best as he can the game of life, with a firm determination to strive and to win. In this line, we have the universality of the Gita explicitly brought out for those who understand and find its vast application to the community of man.
Hmm.
Now listen to
No, listen to the no.
now listen to the advice I offer to you on your inner attitude while you fight the battle.
I'll give you a challenge, and I know that everyone will fail, including the speaker. The challenge is that we have done the study group of Game of Life. Anyone remains at least one point of it, then I'll be the most happiest person. गुरुजी का लिया था ना गेम ऑफ लाइफ, स्मॉल बुकलेट. हाँ 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 हाँ, राइट. हाँ, वेरी गुड. ग्रेट ग्रेट.
Even
अरे वाह वाह वाह, वेरी गुड. बट
उसी same game में if you have the highest goal, like if you're playing for the country, for example, इसमें सचिन तेंदुलकर का example भी है. So if you are playing for the country, the all the smaller goals say the wealth, the name and fame, everything comes in. So then you have the highest goal.
या अरे वाह, क्या कितने होशियार लोग हैं ना हमारे ग्रुप में. गुड गुड. आई रिमेम्बर्ड ओनली क्रिकेट पार्ट, बाकी आई डेंट रिमेम्बर. और नो बॉल में डालने का उतना याद है कि इफ यू क्रॉस द लिमिट्स इट्स नो बॉल एंड यू गेट वैक्ट, है ना. So similarly I should not similarly I should I'm perpetuating, है ना. Good. So here also is saying what he says, asked Krishna asked his friends to come out of the moods and dejection. See, it's very important in life to have a good friend also. हाँ, कृष्णा सारखा मित्र असेल तर काय मजा आहे. He will help you to guide you, help you, help to get along. आणि आम्हाला नाहीच ना मित्र, आमचे सगळे मित्र टिकोजीराव आहेत. असं जर म्हटलं ना तर असं नाहीये. See, when we are on this field of spirituality, my best friend is my Lord. माझी इष्टदेवता माझ्या सगळ्यात जवळचे मित्र आहे. And you ask him, you to speak with him, he will give you the answers. But the problem is that we don't treat him as a real entity. We treat him something abstract. And then we lack, and then there we fail. हा तो कृष्ण आहे ना, तो देव आहे ना, आम्ही देवात जातो त्यावेळेला बघू. तो तुमचा देव काय करतो, आता तुमचा देव काय करतो आणि तुमचा काय करतो म्हणजे आमचा काय आहे. See, that attitude is there, that we are keeping ourselves aloof from the Lord, or that consciousness will, in fact, we every pore of our body, every cell in our body, the mind, the intellect, everything is you know filled with that consciousness alone. ते चैतन्य नसेल तर काय करताच येणार नाही. शवात आणि शिवात काय फरक आहे. ज्या वेळेला त्या देहातनं शिव तत्व निघून जातं तो शव होतं. आत्तापर्यंत बोलत होते, आता बोलता बोलता गेले. कुठे गेले ते नाही माहित, गेले पण ते फक्त देह राहिला. बॉडीचं काय करायचं सांगा लवकर. एका 15 मिनिटापूर्वी अहो काका काका करत होता, आता म्हणतो त्या बॉडीचं काय करायचं. किती गंमत या आपण हे समजून घेतलं ना काय जगाचं चालण्याने बोलणं खूप फरक पडेल. I should be able to face the reality, accept the facts, then you will not feel sad. अरे यार, नाही तर काय होतं माहिती का, स्वामींनी सांगितलं एकदा कुठेतरी, इफ somebody goes away, passes away, expires, and if you start correlating that situation to yours, you are the most foolish person on the earth. अरे रे बापरे, माझा मित्र गेला, तो पण 57-55 वर्षाचा होता, काय झालं, कालच गेला, आता माझं काय होणार. तुझं काय होणार आहे, त्याचं कर्म आहे, तो गेला. आजकाल बहुत ऍक्सिडेंट होते यार, क्या होने वाला मालूम नाही. हे असं जे निगेटिव्हिटी तुमच्या आपल्या मनात जी येते ना, ती आधी फेकून द्या उचलून. आणि निगेटिव्हिटी कधी फेकून देता येईल, ज्या वेळेला माझ्याकडे सगळ्यात पॉझिटिव्ह गोष्ट म्हणजे माझा ईश्वर माझ्यावर असतो. When the Lord is with me, I don't have to fear for anything. He says, why fear when I'm here? Put all your faith in me, I shall guide you and guard you. आपण काहीच करत नाही. I fear, nor do I put faith, nor do I rely. I think I'm the most clever person on the earth. मला सगळं समजतं, मला सगळं येतं. हे the moment, see, Arjuna still now he is in his own masti. And now when Krishna is telling me, hey, son of Kunti, है ना, वो सन ऑफ कुंती बोला ना उनको, कुंती का बेटा, गुरुदेव से, ए कुंती का बेटा, तो उसको यार कितना कर कर इमॅजिन युअर सेल्फ टेलिंग. हा, मला फॉर एक्झाम्पल माझ्या आईचं सुलभा, ए सुलभाच्या मुलाचं हे कसं वाटेल रे. हा, थिंक ना, कैसा लगे, कितना बुरा लगेगा ना. अरे एक आदमी है क्या पैजामा है, क्या बोल रहा है यार, सीधा नाम से तो बोलो, ए कुंती का बेटा, ऐसे क्यों बोलने का बेचारी को, है ना. वो कृष्णा भी कभी कभी मजा करता है, तो बोलता है हाँ, ऐसा बोला था जी, गेट्स ना, इट्स अ फ्रेज टू टेक इज फुल एंटायर अटेंशन टुवर्ड्स. सायकोलॉजी का मास्टर है यार कृष्ण. आणि तर म्हणून त्यांचं सांगतात, he comes and come out of the why it gives. Here there is a second, you can go on and go on for so many groups on this stanza. Why does it say Kuntika beta? Tell me. Both, there are two ways of looking at it. One is to, है कुंती का बेटा, then what is your existence? You don't have any existence. तो है तो कौन, तो कुंती का बेटा ही है, एक हो गया. Second one is, what do you have learned from your mother, who has prayed to me, and all the time, out of so many difficulties and turbulences and problems she has in her life, she never left me. In fact, the boon she asked me was, कृष्णा मला अजून अजून दुःख दे, जेणेकरून मला सारखं तुझं आठवण राहील. तो अशा मोठ्या जी व्यक्ती अशी संत तत्वाला पोहोचले, तिचा तो मुलगा आहे, आणि तो असं वेड्यासारखं वागतोय, असा पण अर्थ आहे. बोथ वेज यू कॅन टेक इट. अरे यू आर द ना, अरे यू आर ऑफ दिस फॅमिली, सो रेप्युटेड फॅमिली, सो ग्रेट, यू हॅव गॉट दिस लिनियर थिंग, and still in spite of that you are behaving in such a bad fashion. It's disgraceful. तसंच ते कृष्णाने सांगितलं, अरे तू ज्या मातेच्या पोटी जन्म घेतला, ती माता किती महान आहे, आणि अशा त्या आईच्या पोटात तू जन्म घेतलाय, त्या आईच्या विरुद्ध तू असं वागतो विचित्र, लाज लज्जा आहे की नाही तुला, असं पुढे पण म्हटलंय, है ना. बोथ वेज. So, and then again he comes to his original plight. Arise, resolve to fight now. आता slowly now, till now, Arjuna had his ego and his, trying, his effort to convince Krishna to not to go for war. Now there is a point in which he has come on the verge of surrender. Not yet done, but on the verge of surrender. बाबा आता आपल्याला काय माहित नाही, आता जे सांग कृष्णाचंच ऐकायला पाहिजे, इथपर्यंत आलं, म्हणून ते कुंती का बेटा म्हणून म्हटलं त्याने. और द सन ऑफ कुंती कम टू डिटर्मिन टू फाईट. ज्या आईच्याकडे एवढं डिटर्मिनेशन असतं, आणि शी फॉट थ्रू आउट हर लाईफ, अँड यू आर गिव्हिंग अप, देन then why do you call yourself as son of Kunti? असं झालं. So many problems Kunti had right from childhood, isn't it? The Karna was born, then all sorts of problems with the Pandu, with her husband. Then 5 children, what they were thrown out of the kingdom. They had to go for what, from pillar to post to for survival. Then they were, tested in that, which is that दंडकारण्य नाही, कुठे रे ते, कुठलं होतं, that fire,
Varnavrat.
हा,
Varnavrat.
लाक्षाग्रह, लाक्षाग्रह,
Dakshagrah.
लाक्षाग्रह. Everywhere they have tested, and in spite of that, she was strong, a strong lady. Secondly, I'll take that point and we'll continue. See, compared to these great persons, take for example Gurudev. Our problems are so petty here. Kitna, he was a student of law. He was doing his journalism, and that time he got a jhatka of being a freedom fighter. So he to spoke against the British, and he was jailed for 1.5 years, and then they thought he was dead with his carcass and all these ailments in the jail, and therefore they didn't want a person to be there in this jail who was dead, so took his body and threw it on the footpath. There one Christian lady came and took care of him, and she took care of him for 15 days. He says, I didn't have any, like a mother, I didn't have any consciousness till that time, and out of that he came out. Then he went to the Himalayas, went to Swami Shivananda. Then you know the story. Then to Swami Tapovan twice. Once walking without a letter, second time walking with a letter. And then he was taken, and there also Swami Tapovan Maharaj gave him the condition that I am going to only repeat once, that too in Sanskrit. You are not able to hear me clearly. Why? Everyone can hear me, no? Clear. Dandakshi, everyone can hear. You check your. Yeah. Okay, ठीक है. Let's continue clearly. So, in spite, when she went to Himalayas, and Swami Tapovan told him at that time that unless and until I am going to repeat only once, and that in Sanskrit, and I will ask you anytime. If you don't remember that, you have to pack up and get out, go down. And all that, those tests and this thing, he came out of it. Came with 4 annas, and his guru told him to go walking the entire nation. After, we don't know the story that here he was on his foot. He traveled the entire Bharat Varsha on his foot, and from village to village. And then after that travel, with no money, only arms. How much testing it is? You go outside somewhere without money, how insecure you'll feel. अरे माझ्या घर खिशात पैसेच नाहीये, आय डोंट हॅव मनी. आता ते मोबाईलमध्ये जीपे बीपे आले, पण ते पण घरी ठेवून जा. मोबाईल घरी जा आणि पैसे न घेता कुठे कुठेतरी जा. कसं वाटतं बघा, अरे मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, मेरे पास पैसा है. वाय? बिकॉज अपना सिक्युरिटी पैसे में. And then he went on foot everywhere. Then he came to Pune with foreigners, and then he started Yani Yajna. That so much with so much effort, and this cinema mission was raised. Then he got a heart attack. Heart was only 16% functioning. Still spoke for 25 years, 27 years with that heart. For what? For the upliftment. Sanatan Dharma फिर से जगह है. For the upliftment of the Sanatan Dharma. सो मैंने सी एक महात्मा का लाइफ लिया तो इतना उसका कंपेयर टू देम 0.001% तो प्रॉब्लम है कि अपने को देखो ना सांग आहे का काहीच नाहीये स्टील बी कंप्लेंट किती आपण तक्रार करतो आहे देफोर माय यु नो इफ यू आस्क मी व्हॉट इज युअर काय म्हणतात त्याला मॉरल स्टोरी नाही a statement in your life which you have to follow without any exception that is to be on zero complaint level काय तक्रार करायचीच नाही जीव गेला तरी वाय टू कंप्लेंट है ना आइए अश्विनी कुमार ने अपना उनका वो अच्छा लगता है ही वॉज ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव कुछ भी हो गया ना हो गया हो जाएगा सब आई एम ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव पर्सन आई लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम हिम इतना पॉजिटिव है ना इज 83 84 नाउ अरे पण एकदम मस्त छान तर एक सी वी हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम एवरीवन व्हेन यू इफ यू स्टार्ट seeing the goodness in everyone now you will become a good person आपण निगेटिव्हिटी बघून करणार काय व्हॉट आर गोइंग टू गेन आउट ऑफ इट माझी बायको अशीच आहे आणि माझा नवरा तसाच आहे मिळणार का त्याच्यातनं काही नाही बट इफ यू सी द गुडनेस आउट ऑफ इट यू ट्राय टू प्रेज एक लक्षात घ्या इफ यू हॅव टू इम्प्रेस समबडी और इफ टू मेक समबडी यॉर्स ना एकाने सांगितलंय माणूस प्रकारे की माणूस हा स्तुतिप्रिय प्राणी आहे म्हणे वन्स यू स्टार्ट प्रेझिंग ना त्याला इतकं आवडतं ना वा 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 वा. कोणी असू दे अरे तू किती छान दिसतोय असं नकटा काळ्या पण तू किती छान दिसतो म्हटलं की तो असं असं जाणार परत किती छान दिसते नाईस युअर स्माइलिंग काहीतरी छान गोष्ट म्हणा ना आपण काय होतं माहिती का भेटलं की अरे त्याला युवा पुट ऑन वेट वॉट तर आधीच बिचारा 50% खाली जातो अरे त्या तब्येत खराब आहे त्याला हे डायरिया झालेला असेल तर अजून टीबी पण होतो उसको क्या रहेगा अच्छा बोलो ना यार हम अभी हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे तो बीमारी करके हॉस्पिटल में आए ना हो. अरे यार हॉस्पिटल में आदमी म्हणजे स्वतःच्या कानाने डोळ्याने बघितले हॉस्पिटल में मेरे साथ कोई आया था तो उसको बोला अरे तुमची तब्येत खूप खराब झाली काका आता तो मरायचाच राहिला बाकी आहे तर काका खराब झाली म्हणजे खराब आहे म्हणून तर तो हॉस्पिटलमध्ये आलाय आणि मग खराब झाली काय अशी गम आपण काय कधी कुठे बोलायचं विवेकच नाही आपल्याकडे आणि मी आय ऑलवेज टेल एव्हरीवन विथ आय एम if you're meeting somebody who's sick or is not well tell him that you are looking good you're looking well with those words itself that person gets courage to come out of it खूप जाड झाले बरं का तुम्ही काळजी घ्यायला पाहिजे पोट वाढलं की ना डायबिटीस पण होऊ शकतं ब्लड प्रेशर वाढलं ना तर पाय दुखू शकतो माझ्या काकाचं असेल तर काही नसेल तर व्हायला लागतं रे
So next time people avoid such people.
या पीपलने आय ओनली अवॉइड आलं की नाही म्हणून सांगायचं जा तुम्ही भाच्या बाहेर नकोच म्हटलं कटकट कोणाला पाहिजे असे निगेटिव्ह पर्सन सांग ना हं? तुम्हाला आजकाल तो म्हातारेच जायला लागला राव. मग म्हातारे वय झालं की म्हातारे दिसणार ना काय तरुण दिसणार का अजून उलट म्हटलं तर उलट बरं वाटेल ना काय जस्ट थिंक ओव्हर that if I say something is it going to benefit the person आय एम टेलिंग यू समथिंग sentence तुला फायदा होणार आहे का त्याचा काही नाही पण इन्स्पाइट ऑफ दॅट इफ आय टेल खोटं खोटं मध्ये सांगितलं की तुम्ही छान दिसताय चांगलं दिसताय तर तुमचं आयुष्य वाढतं रे मी किती आय सीन एन नंबर ऑफ एक्झाम्पल्स in which a old person is there, sick person is, and you just go and you're looking good, okay? फक्त हे काय, you'll be best, and he comes off, she comes off out of it. And so many persons have seen. I mean, the doctors especially, when we are in the, I mean, I'm speaking with the doctors, many of my friends are doctors. So they tell me, when I tell the patient that you are looking good, काल मागच्या वेळी खूप छान झाली प्रकृती, जरी it is gone down, but then by next week next visit, they come to normal. Because they have got full faith in the doctor. And the doctor saying you're good, I'm good. and that thought goes in the percolates in their mind. Similarly, when I see some such persons, maybe who have got problems, what is that? Try to praise them, try to tell them you are on the good path. बोलायला काय जाते? पण कृष्ण इथे असं नाही करत आहे. कृष्ण तिथे ठुकतोय बरोबर. का? की he has to take out the best out of Arjuna. असं नाही म्हटलं महाभाव अर्जुना तू काय मस्त केलं तुझ्या होतात असं नाही म्हटलंय. ओ सन ऑफ कुंतीच म्हटलंय. ओ सन ऑफ कुंती, what have you done? Are you going to fight? If you fight, you'll go to if you fight and win, you'll go to heaven. If you lose, I'm going getting that sentence right from the first. This is wrong. I'll heart it now. If you fight and lose, you'll go to heaven, and if you win, you'll get the kingdom. Right? Continue. Hi, Kazim, you have to tell anything? म्हणायचं काय सांगायचंय का?
No, sir, Divya had put us.
दिव्या?
Divya had put this on the WhatsApp group of for this
हाँ
देवी महात्म्य lecture.
हाँ हाँ
So उसमें उसमें ये एक analogy था कि how if you think you're always getting pain and you are already in the trouble. So Devi is exactly doing what your mother does while doing cooking vadas. So he says when your mother puts vadas in the frying oil, which one she takes out first? Those which are cooked.
yeah
So if they're yet to be cooked, she leave them in the frying oil.
yeah
So your time is yet to come. The moment you say, "Amma, I'm yours," and I'm yours and I've surrendered to you, then she'll say, "Ah, right time. ये वाला पक गया, इसको निकालो."
ये टाइम भी मैंने बराबर भेजा ना सैटरडे का बराबर गुरुजी को मालूम है सैटरडे को स्टडी ग्रुप रहता है बोलते सैटरडे सैटरडे और स्पिरिचुअल है बोलते है ना मजा है। गुरुजी का ब्लेसिंग के करके आज तक किधर है बाबा नहीं तो कुछ नहीं कंटिन्यू एनीथिंग एल्स हाँ ये थोड़ा थोड़ा लेंगे क्या हो जाएगा अगला वाला सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट मेरे लिए और तेरे लिए है उसके लिए बड़ा है सुख दुख के समय को तो है पढ़ो तू ही पढ़ सुख दुख के समय को तो लाभा लाभो जय जय इट्स अ वेरी फेमस स्टैंजा very important stanza in the entire second chapter most important and if I follow this I don't have to go to the next verse also बस होगा इधर ही बंद करो जाओ घर को हम्म पढ़ो
सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि. Having made pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeat the same, engage in battle for the sake of battle. Thus you shall not incur sin. From this stanza onwards, we have a slight hint about the technique of Karma Yoga as explained in the Gita. In the introduction, we have stated that the second chapter is almost a summary of the whole Gita. Later on, we shall see how the path of devotion is also indicated in brief in this very chapter. In this stanza, we have Krishna's first direct statement on the technique of self perfection, and as such, a very careful study of it will be extremely fruitful to all students of the Gita. The three pairs of opposites mentioned here are distinct experiences at the three levels of a mortal existence. Pleasure and pain are the intellectual awareness of experiences favorable and unfavorable. Gain and loss conceptions indicate the mental zone where we feel the joys of meeting and the sorrows of parting. Conquest and defeat indicate the physical fields wherein, at the level of the body, we ourselves win or let others win. The advice that Krishna gives is that one must learn to keep oneself in equilibrium in all these different vicissitudes at the respective levels of existence.
yes what is it said there बोलो I like pleasure I hate pain I like gain hate loss I like victory I don't like defeat isn't it? It is the human tendency profit I like loss I hate pleasure I love gain it is it unnatural no It's a natural tendency of a human being. But here he says that these three the experience are the three levels of mortal existence. Pain and pleasure are the intellectual awareness of experiences. Unfavorable and favorable. Gain and loss conceptions indicate the mental zone. And the last one, conquest and defeat is see, BMI. Body level में he has taken loss and defeat in the battle. Second, if he has taken gain and loss on the mental thing, and pain and pleasure on the intellectual thing. Now discuss one by one. First, take on the body level. What has I said? That the loss. I'm sorry. What is it in there? Victory and defeat. Hmm. Victory and defeat will be on where will victory and defeat be? Where it will be in the battle on the body level. It cannot be mental, na? Otherwise, Pakistan will always win.
Physically, yeah,
No,
like
no. And cricket match mentally.
activities, yeah.
Rahul Gandhi will always win. It's a moral victory for us in the election. बोले कि चाटने का क्या moral victory? In the election, you have to get votes and win. So that is on the physical level, body level. No? Then there comes pleasure and pain. Pleasure and pain will where it is. Tell me. Everyone is an expert in this thing. मेरा ये दुख रहा है, मेरा वो दुख रहा है, मेरा ये हो रहा है, मेरा वो हो रहा है. Where is it? On the mental level. है क्या नहीं?
So here, pleasure and pain is given at intellectual level.
Intellectual.
Intellectual. It's not a pleasure pain, not pleasure pain. Second one is what?
Gain and loss.
Gain and loss. Gain and loss. Sorry. Gain and loss. Gain and loss is on the mental level. Huh? Okay, ne? How is that? Tell me. हे तुम्ही विचार करा. Okay. Everything is related to mind only if you think see it properly. You know, moreover everything. But here they has bifurcated, so we'll also take in that way. But then see victory and loss is on the physical level that I can understand. You know, where's that gone? Victory and defeat that is on the physical level. Then gain and loss. No, see even in the life you see that I have gained something, I have lost something. It is on the mental level, and pleasure and pain is on the. Yeah, tell me how is this pleasure and pain is on the intellectual level.
Actually, there's a correlation. If in physical level you win or you conquer something, then mental level you feel you have gained something. Intellectual level you are pleasure, you are happy. Likewise, if you lose or defeat something in physical level, mentally you are feel you are at loss, and in intellectual level you are feeling the pain of it.
Yes. So then, if you are saying this, then does it mean that always the pleasure and pain which you are getting is always on the intellectual level? Think, think. Think. Bring a situation in front of you and think that if something pleasure or pain.
So rather, and again, maybe I may be wrong. I thought gain and loss is a maths, which goes to the intellectual level. I earned something and I lost something. That's intellectual, and because I gained, I had pleasure. Because I lost, I got pain. So I thought it was vice versa. But like you said, gain and loss is given as the mental level and pleasure and pain. The feelings is pleasure and pain are feelings, right? And they will be in the mental zone.
But it is given here in the under this na pleasure and pain is given on the intellectual awareness.
Awareness, okay.
Favorable, unfavorable. अच्छा ये ऐसा बोले favorable, unfavorable. See, there are conditions which are favorable, unfavorable, favorable. And if there are favorable conditions,
I have a
mind
question.
just
हाउ यू थिंक, आप कैसे उसको एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, अपनी सोच के ऊपर है। गेन क्या है, प्लेजर क्या है।
हाँ, लेकिन सोच मन में नहीं रहता, ये बोले ये सोच बुद्धि में रहता है।
हाँ, तो अपन
ये
कैसे एक्सेप्ट करते उस पर है सारा।
हाँ, नहीं हम कैसे लेते उस पे,
हाँ, वही
काम
है
तो करते रहते हैं हम लोग से हमेशा, लेकिन कैसे लेते उसके ऊपर इंटेलेक्चुअली है ना, वो प्लेजर और प्लेन आ जाता है।
हाँ जी, बराबर।
और योर गेन और लॉस इज ऑन द मेंटल लेवल। ये हाई वैसा लेंगे, विल नॉट डिस्कस मोर ऑन इट, आई थिंक इन द
I
कमिंग
think they'll
स्टैंजा इट विल
explain
बी
it.
एक्सप्लेन्ड, इट विल कम लेटर, लेट अस सी, कंटिन्यू, ज्यादा बड़बड़ नहीं करेंगे, ये इतना हाई वैसा लेंगे।
ठीक है।
Pleasure and pain on the intellectual level, victory and defeat on the body level, gain and loss on the mental level.
वो अपने को इतना सोचने पे लगा रहा है इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल पे।
हम्म,
that
देखो ना,
indicates।
पेन पेन हो रहा है।
हाँ, पेन हो रहा है।
और
if
उसका
one
डिफीट नहीं है,
हाँ,
अब डिफीट नहीं है, अभी आगे जीतेंगे।
if one were to enter the sea for a bath, one must know the art of sea bathing, or else the incessant waves will play rough on the person, and may even sweep him off his feet and drag him to a watery grave. But he who knows the art of saving himself by ducking beneath the mighty waves, or by riding over the lesser ones, alone can enjoy a sea bath. To hope for all the waves to end, or to expect the waves not to trouble one while one is in the sea, is to order the sea to be something other than itself for one's convenience. This is exactly what foolish man does in life. He expects life to be without waves, but life is ever full of waves. Pleasure and pain, gain and loss, conquest and defeat must arise in the waters of life, or else it is a complete stagnation. It is almost a death.
रेट कंटिन्यू,
If
सगळंच वाचू
life
म्हणजे काय होईल.
hmm, If life be thus a tossing, stormy sea at all times, and it should be so, then we who have entered life must know the art of living it, being unaffected either by the rising crests or by the sinking hollows in it. To identify ourselves with any of them is to be tossed about on the surface, and not just to stand astride like a lighthouse which has its foundations built on the bedrock of the very sea. Here, Krishna advises Arjuna, while inviting him to fight, that he should enter the contest and keep himself unaffected by the usual dissipating mental tendencies that come to everyone while in activity. This equanimity of the mind alone can bring about the beam of inspiration and give to one's achievements the glow of a real success.
See, if you correlate your that stanza with the doctor doing a surgery or operation, हाँ, समय सुख दुःखे समय कृत्वा लाभा लाभो जय जय, having pleasure and pain किंवा काय असेल, he is not either in that either zones of anything. He doesn't have neither pleasure of pain, neither he is worried about the gain and loss, nor victory and defeat. He's what is his swadharma? To do the operation, and far as possible to come save the patient and let the patient come out of his that problem. इथे पण what is the swadharma of the Arjuna? To fight. My swadharma is to fight, to give the dharma for dharma. He's given in the first line itself. He has slight hint about the karma yoga here, है ना? What is your duty? To fight. काय होणार ते नंतर तुझ्याकडे कशाला घेतो? Why you are taking the doership to you? That will come in the third chapter. It will come. But now, as of now, we stick to it that as my swadharma is to fight, I should not pay attention to the pair of opposites. In life, we get both, na. If you're traveling in a sea, as he says, the waves are bound to come, bound to be there, and to complain about the waves is a foolishness. So once one wave will come and take you up, the second wave will come take you down again. This chakrala comment, this cycle will go on. आणि देन तो हा आठवडा खूप छान गेला माझा, व्हेरी नाईस व्हेरी नाईस, आणि दुसरा आठवडा खूप वाईट गेला. तर ते म्हणतात की आठवडा चांगला झाला की वाईट गेला ह्याच्यावर घेऊ नका, आयुष्य नाहीये तुमचं, हे येणार जाणार आहे. Therefore, if Swami Anumanand says, if anybody asks you, how are you? Tell him I'm on the top of the world. नहीं सारे क्या यार, मेरा पैर दुख रहा, सर कितना दुखता है पैर, उसमें पीठ का दर्द आ गया, फिर मस्त सर भी दुखता है, फिर आग भी दुखता है, फिर नीज पेन सो मच नो, ऐसा एक्सक्रूशिएटिंग पेन कम्स, ऐसा झटका आता है, सर में जाता है, ऐसा झटका आता है, बाय द टाइम ही एक्सप्लेन्स एंड हिज थिंग इज ओवर, द पर्सन हु इज टेलिंग उसको आने लगता है झटका, इतना क्योंकि हिज गॉड वो इतना उसमें आइडेंटिफाई हो जाता है, इतना दुखा है सर, मेरा भी दुखने लगा बोलते हैं वो, है ना, इतना क्या करने का है, बोलो ना, आई एम ऑन द टॉप द वर्ल्ड, फिनिश द मैटर, वो दुखता है ये दुखता है, हो ना, कंप्लेंट सारखं म्हणून तर म्हटलं ना, मोटो ऑफ माय लाईफ इज बी एट झिरो कंप्लेंट लेवल, मजा आएगा यार, कब होएगा क्या मालूम है, सारखं तक्रार, आवाज आली की आवाज, वाह तर पाऊस पडला तर इतका पाऊस का पडतोय, वो बोलते हैं और बहुत होने वाला है बारिश, बोलते हैं अरे तो क्या आता, विल फेस व्हाट टू डू, व्हाट वी कैन डू, ऐसा हाथ करके रुकेंगे, रुकाएंगे क्या, कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं ना, क्या कर सकते हैं, ऍक्सेप्ट करो, मजा करो, अरे वा मस्त पाऊस आहे, मजा आल्या, याला खूप पाऊस आला, पाऊस तर तोच आहे, एकाने एकाने म्हटलं अरे रे पाऊस आला, काय करायचा, रोगराई वाढणार आहे, तो रडत बसला, आणि दुसरा म्हटलं मस्त एन्जॉय केले, द कसं दृष्टिकोन जो आहे ना, हाऊ टू लुक ऍट द थिंग्स, पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ लुकिंग ऍट थिंग्स इज इन माय हँड, दॅट आय शुड चेंज, आय शुड बिकम, व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन सेंट्स अँड माय ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन लाईक मी, टेल मी, संत महात्म्याचा आणि माझ्यात फरक काय आहे, ते नेहमी आनंदातच असतात म्हणून ते आपल्याला आवडतात, तुम्ही त्यांना कधी रडताना बघितलंय का, काय बाबा हे तक्रार करताना बघितलंय कधी, भगवान की कृपा है, मस्त है, मजा चल रहा है, महाकाल की कृपा है, शंभो की कृपा है, गुरुदेव ब्लेसिंग्स, कधी म्हणतात का, कुछ नहीं यार चलता है, अभी क्या है, लिया संन्यास तो अभी करने पड़ता है, ऐसा बोलिए कभी, तुम्हारे ऐसे सब नमूने आते हैं, सब करने पड़ता है, अभी कैसे करेंगे, बेचारे वही वही बात हमेशा सबके साथ बात करते हैं, वही गीता, वही 580 92 yajnas Gurudev, 82 or 92 yajnas Gurudev took on the same topic of 18 chapters of the Gita, for excluding the first chapter, he never took the first chapter, 7 2 to 18, कितना हो गया देखो, थ्रू आउट लाइफ ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, तो हम तेरा और मेरे सब आदमी बोर हो जाएंगे, ये क्या वही वह समय कुत्ता लावा लाभो जय जय सुख दुख समय को क्या बोलने का उसमें, लेकिन he with that same enthusiasm, with same zest, zeal, he used to go and explain it city to city, place to place, continent to continent, in all places in the all over the world, the message of the Gita. How could he do it? But he has taken it as a swadharma. म्हणून म्हणतात ना, if you have to live life properly, now bring Gurudev in front of you, your life will become simple. कसे वागत होते, कसे बोलत होते, कसं used to face the situation. आपल्याकडे आयडियल ईश्वराच्या कृपेने गुरुदेव आहेत आता, म्हणून तर आपल्याला ते होते आणि स्टील देअर. He said, if you close your eyes and sit in the state of meditation, I will reflect and I will walk through you and see what wonders has done. What Chinmay mission in while Gurudev 1993 and 2025 किती झाले, वास्ट इम्प्रुव्हमेंट. आणि तो कोणालाही त्यांचं गुरुदेव मेक्स एन इन्स्ट्रुमेंट, एनीबडी ॲज इज इन्स्ट्रुमेंट, कोणालाही करू शकतात. and through that the work goes on. तुलाभार मध्ये सुवर्ण तुलाभार केला होता गुरुदेवांचा in 1992. We were all there in that Lee Kempinski hotel, and everyone had to donate something, and you get the prasad from Gurudev. And that 42 kgs of gold were got. 42 kgs. 40. His weight was 70, 65 or 70 or something, but that didn't work out so much. We could not collect 72 kilos. We got only 46, I think. But then the rest they filled with books and all, and we could do the tulabar. But then that 46, suppose 50 kgs of gold is worth what today? If they have kept it in the safe vaults. Tell me. And with that 50 kgs of gold, the Chinmay mission work is going on incessantly. कोणाला काय करायची आवश्यकताच नाही. विथ 1 lakh rupees तोला नाव 1 crore होतं ना, किती होतं? 10 crores. I don't know. I'm not very weak at maths. How much is 1 kg? Whose maths is good? If gold is 1 lakh for 10 grams, how much it will be for 1000 grams? 10 times? No, 100,000 times of it, na? 1000 into 1 lakh. 10 grams. 100 times. 100 times. 100 times. म्हणजे किती झालं? 1 लाखाचा 100 times is? यार तुमको मैथ्स में नहीं आता है. नहीं. 1 crore ना रमाकांत?
42 crores, 46 crores.
46 crores वही ना. That time. सब उसका कितना वो करेंगे देखो. अभी that time हुआ था 46 crores अभी भी है. समझे ना? वही ना कि गुरुदेव ने सब करके रखा है. एवरीथिंग इज केप्ट शांति करके दे के रखे है. वो खाली करने का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कौन करेगा? एंड ही एक्सपेक्ट्स अस टू वर्क फॉर आवर ओन बेटरमेंट. ऐसे नहीं कि मैं आप स्टडी ग्रुप अटेंड करते हो मिशन को 100 रुपए हर महीने का देने का. यू सी द थिंग्स ऑन यूट्यूब विच पॉप अप. एक मोटिवेशन कोर्स को नो नो पे 999 रुपीज. इधर बेचारे गुरुदेव हमको एवरी वीक मोटिवेशन दे दे के थक गए बचपन से, है कि नहीं? तो देन अपना टॉपिक चला था प्लेजर पेन, लॉस एंड गेन एंड विक्ट्री एंड डिफीट. इट कम्स एंड गोज. इट विल कम. बट समीकृत हु लुक्स एट इट इन द what to say, if you look at
Equilibrium.
it equipoise, then you will not incur sin. A doctor operating on the patient, if the patient dies, will not incur sin because he's trying his best and is trying to save the patient, but unfortunately something happens. A soldier fighting on the battlefield and kills the enemy soldier, kills the enemy soldiers, he will not incur sin. बट इधर इधर किसका तुम्हें बोला है ना, मेरा मेरे दोस्त ये है ना एनिमी है, उसको ऐसे करेगा, विल प्लान प्रॉपर में, और वो खुद आता भी नहीं है और ट्रक को भेजता है और उसको ट्रक से उड़ा देता है. और फिर पुलिस जब तहकीकात करती है तब समझता है कि ही दिस प्लान, दिस ट्रक ड्राइवर हैज बीन पेड 1 लाख रुपीस तो खाली उसको उड़ाने के लिए. सो दैट बिकम्स अ प्रीमेडिटेटेड मर्डर, section 302, and he can be hanged also and he can be sentenced to life imprisonment also. But here he was not involved also. In spite of that, it becomes a premeditated murder amounting to what is that, death of a person, section 302. तो हो जाता है ना. तो वही है ना कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं मालूम है क्या? किसके लिए बता रहा हूँ मैं? Why I'm telling you this, that if you become the equipoise, then this will not incur your sin. पाप पुण्य येणारच नाही. अर्जुन का घाबरतो? Why this stanza came? Arjuna is getting scared that if I kill so many people, so much sin I will incur. So here Krishna is trying to tell him that you are fighting for a cause, for the swadharma, for a dharma, for righteousness, and in that if you kill a person, or if you whatever happens, you will not incur sin. That is the thing. Okay. आणि आता आता हे जरा शांत पडा, खूप हेवी झालं आज, चष्मा पण काढतो. टेल मी, व्हॉट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ इक्वॅनिमिटी इन लाईफ? अच्छा, फर्स्ट टेल मी व्हॉट इज इक्वॅनिमिटी. Equipoise, what is equipoise?
To remain calm in whatever situation you are.
Okay,
Mentally, physically, intellectually.
okay. Viju?
Nothing thought, not let the wins get on your head and losses on your heart. So be be balanced, even if it's a win or it's a loss.
Very good, very nice. Anyone else?
सुखदुःखात बॅलन्स मेंटेन करणं.
म्हणजे काय?
ते जास्त सुखही आनंद म्हणून खूप आनंद करू नये किंवा खूप दुःखही करू नये.
हो, पण जमते का आपल्याला तसं?
नाही तसं नाही जमत ना.
तेच ना, म्हणजे कसं बघायचं? मला प्रॅक्टिकल एक हे दे, काय सोल्युशन दे, की मला खूप आनंद झालाय आणि मला खूप दुःख झालंय, तर ह्याच्यात मी कसं वागू शकू? कसं वागायचं?
इन केस मी कुठल्या एक्झाम मध्ये फर्स्ट आले
हा
किंवा महाराष्ट्रात फर्स्ट आले 10th मध्ये,
हा
मला खूप आनंद झालाय.
हा
पण माझे जे फ्रेंड्स आहेत तर त्यांचा पण तेवढाच मला हे वाटलं पाहिजे, की मी खूप आनंद हे मानला नाही पाहिजे, की माझेही फ्रेंड्स माझ्याबरोबर आहेत, तर आपण त्याप्रमाणे तो आनंद साजरा केला पाहिजे.
बरं. डोक्यात डोक्यात हे जातं ना का, म्हणजे काय म्हणतात त्याला,
हा, गर्व
यश
झाला
यश
नाही पाहिजे
यश
त्या
जात कामा
गोष्टीच्या.
नये. जेव्हा
हा,
यश डोक्यात जातं तेव्हा माणूस माकडासारखा वागायला लागतो. हा, यश डोक्यात जातं ना. तुम्ही बघा ते कोणतरी एक स्पोक्स वुमन ऑफ द काँग्रेस, when they won 99 seats, she started jumping, doing what sorts of, अरे हो गया अभी इंडिया नाउ, यस, इफ यू हैव सीन दैट वीडियो, काय करत होते मग नाटक, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम इन द ग्रुप किसका नाम, लेकिन क्या कर रहे थे, आता आम्ही जिंकले, जग जिंकले, वी हॅव डिफिटेड, काय केलं डिफीट, ते डोक्यात यश जाणं आहे. 99 सीट्सला पण डोक्यात यश जातं, आणि 372 सीट्स असले तरी गप शांत माणूस असतो मोदींचा. काम क्वाइट पीसफुल सिरीन, मस्त आपलं काम आपण करतो, लोकांना काय म्हणायचं तर म्हणा, क्या पीपल से कोई वंदो कोई निंदो, कुछ फर्क नहीं गिरता उनको, उनका काम, उनका सुबह का उठने का काम तो रोज का चालू है, विदाउट एनी लीव फॉर लास्ट 25 years. कर सके, if you are not, what haunted by that thought of the serving the nation, you cannot get such a life. किती लोक किती बोलतात, किती वाटतात, म्हणजे आई वडील बोलतात, ह्याच्यावरनं बोलतात, काय कसं किती निंदा करतात, काय बोलतात, बट स्टिल दॅट माइंड इज इक्विपॉइज बॅलन्स्ड, आहे की नाही. Now, you just imagine ourselves in his place. You can't imagine also, but let us imagine. क्या will अपना, उधर ट्रम्प दोस्ती बोल रहा है, उधर से कुछ तो भी कर रहा है, उधर ये हो रहा है, इधर क्या कर रहा है, इधर वो कल लड़ाका हो गया, इधर इधर का हो रहा है, ऑपोजिशन आर देयर विथ स्वॉर्ड्स, कम्युनल राइट होगा यूपी में, एंड एवरीवन, सब ब्लेम किसको करे, मोदी को, एवरीवन इज ब्लेमिंग इसके, बट उसमें अच्छा भी उन्होंने कितना किया वो भी देखो ना यार, पूरा वेर वाज इंडिया इन 2014 एंड नाउ इज 2025, वेर इंडिया इज, द पासपोर्ट वैल्यू इज इंक्रीज नाही का, ही अनु आणि निष्काला, पासपोर्ट वैल्यू का, पासपोर्ट वैल्यू विच वाज देयर इन 2014 एंड नाउ is it is it's a make a lot of a difference. See, internationally also, globally also, your India is respected now. How? Yes, because of the equilibrium of the शीर्ष नेतृत्व from the head of the state. A balanced person, बस. काय होऊ दे, काय न होऊ दे, आपल्याला काय फरक पडत नाही, आपलं आपलं काम काय आहे, तसंच आपल्या आयुष्याला पाहिजे, की काय होऊ दे, लेट एनिथिंग हॅपन, बट इफ आय सेल्फ सेट माय सेल्फ अ गोल, let me fight, or let me go towards it, strive towards it.
They
ईश्वर
didn't even spare his mother also,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What politics is dirty, but it was not so dirty. It has lost its grace also now. No?
So just
I don't feel like uh,
last week I remember just before the study group, we were listening to Modi ji's speech
yeah, yeah,
about the GST,
yeah,
and we
yeah, yeah,
and we were suspecting maybe he's trying to now say that I am going to resign or
resign also.
हाँ, तो इतना सब होता है तो we would have resigned 100 times by now, but
Yeah, yeah. नकोच म्हणतो असं आपल्याला, सत्य फालतू, आपल्याला फालतू नाही, आपल्या चिन्मय मिशन मध्ये पण आपण काहीतरी काम करताना समोर क्रिटिसाइज, यू फील लाईक यू रिझाइन, आय एम रिझाइनिंग, वन committee member went to Gurudev. And Gurudev said, people, when I come go in the committee, people are criticizing. Here is my resignation, take the resignation. अरे गुरुदेव के हाथ सामने किया, उसके तादे टाले बोला क्या, even I will resign, he says, we both will resign and go somewhere. ऐसा थोड़ी रहता है यार, पीपल आर देयर, कैसे भी रहते हैं, इफ यू हैव टेकन अप टू द कॉज, एंड प्रॉब्लम क्या होने का मिशन का, ये वॉलंटरी है ना, तो सब जाके बोलते हैं तुम मेरे सजेशन सुनेंगे ना, मैं रिजाइन करता है, मेरे को काम ही नहीं करने का, उसमें लॉस उनका नहीं है, लॉस मेरा है, वो आई फॉरगेट दैट, मेरा ईगो बहुत है, इवन इन स्पेशली इन स्पिरिचुअल फील्ड, अपने ईगो इतना इन्फ्लेट होता है ना, इतना इन्फ्लेट होता है, और वो माया कभी आपको नीचे गिरा के तुम्हारा चटनी करते तुमको भी समझेगा नहीं, कुछ भी. One brahmachari left the Chinmay mission for what cause? Tell me. You'll not believe also. He was a very nice brahmachari. Equipoise, good, all good qualities in him, loving, everything. What reason? That I wanted to plant the trees in this place, and Swamiji planted in this place. So I don't want to rest here. क्या यार, किसका नुकसान हो गया यार, वो ट्रीज ने क्या होने वाला, इधर का पेड़ उधर लगा तो क्या होता था, बोल मेरे को, आठ पेड़ थे छोटे छोटे, वो इधर लगाने का स्वामी जी बोले मेरे को इधर लगाने का, बोले मैं इधर बोला और आप क्यों इधर बोले, मैंने प्लान किया सब, इट हैज टू बी देयर ओनली। स्वामी से नो इधर रहेगा, क्या हो गया मालूम नहीं, इट वाज दिस सिमिलर केस। नेक्स्ट डे दैट गाय रिजाइंड इन मिशन वे वेंट ऑफ। अभी किधर है मालूम है, नाम भी मालूम नहीं किधर है, मालूम 20 years ऑफ फर्स्ट मालूम नहीं किधर है। लेकिन सी माया कभी कुछ प्ले खेलेंगे ना, therefore you have to be alert and vigilant mind, गुरुदेव बोलते हो वैसा है। लेट नॉट माई ईगो कम, सरेंडर टोटली एट हिज फीट, चलो एक्सेप्ट इट, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा कभी। अगर कंप्लेंट करते बैठेंगे ना हमेशा, तो क्या जिंदगी विल बी अ कंप्लेंट मास्टर, और क्या करेंगे। तुम्हारा बोलते मेरा तो कुछ खुद, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू लूज एनीथिंग, द लॉस विल बी आवर्स, ही इज टेलिंग अस एवरीथिंग। इफ यू डोंट लिसन क्या करेंगे। बच्चे को बोले अब खड्डा है जा मत, खड्डे में गिरेगा तो लगेगा, तो बच्चे ने बोलता नहीं मुझे खड्डे में गिरना है, तो जाके गिर, लगने के बाद रोने लगता तो उसको हम ही उठा के लेके आते हैं। वैसे गुरुदेव, द स्क्रिप्चर्स, द सेंट्स एंड महात्मास, द स्क्रिप्चरल बुक्स आर ऑन टॉप ऑफ द वॉइस टेलिंग अस कि साधना करो, भगवान के सामने नजदीक जाओ, ट्राई टू बिकम मेक हिम फैमिली मेंबर, ट्राई टू कोरिलेट योर लाइफ विथ हिम, उसको अपनाओ। एक या आठवड्यात एक करायचं ना, आपण ग्रुप बंद करतो, एक सबने करने का है क्या ध्यान में। जब घर आपके सबके घर में भगवान के फोटो तो है कम से कम, होपफुली है ना, तो घर से बाहर जाते समय ना खाली बोलो भगवान को, आई एम गोइंग आउट फॉर सच एंड सच पर्सन, फॉर सच ए पर्पस, मैं काम के लिए बाहर जा रही हूँ, या मैं दूध लाने को बाहर, एवरी टाइम, नॉट वंस, ये होमवर्क है आपके लिए, बस उतना ही करने का, कुछ नहीं। अभी आपको ना यही देने मांगता है, व्हाट इज दैट, ट्रेनिंग देने मांगता है, उसको क्या बोलते रे, इसमें क्या बोलते हैं, आई फॉरगॉट द वर्ड, क्या बोलते हैं, इंटर्नशिप, इंटर्नशिप ना, इंटर्नशिप, हाँ हाँ, ऐसे करने पड़ेंगे। या टाइम बाहर जाते हैं फक्त खाली भगवान को बोलने का, भगवान जो कुछ है, शंकर, शिव, माँ पार्वती, दुर्गा, गणेश, गणपती, स्वामी समर्थ, अक्कलकोट स्वामी, शिर्डी साहेब, बाकीच कोण होईल. मी जरा बाहेर जाऊन येतोय, छान म्हणायचं, नाही मी बाहेर जाऊन येतोय, दूध आणायला चालू आहे, येतो बघ, एवढं फक्त म्हणायचं. अवघड आहे का, अवघड आहे का, का खूप सांगितलं का साधना, काही नाही, एवढं तरी करा बस, मग मजा मजा मग पुढच्या वेळेला. ओके, रवी टेक प्लेज, आता बरोबर म्हणा प्लेज, आता बघ रवी चुकलं असं आम्ही ते मजा ते सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and इधर
डिसिप्लिन।
ही इधर ही गलत हो गया.
कैसे डिसिप्लिन, अच्छा ले विजुअल है कोते में ले चल, तू कॉन्शियस होता रहे, बाकी कुछ नहीं।
वही.
You were right, Ravi.
Write on the paper next
We
time.
serve,
Next time to write on the paper and you say it. Visual. We stand as one family.
we stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take.
We
We
seek the
seek
law
the
of
Lord's grace to keep us
the
on the
path
path of
of
virtue,
virtue,
courage, and
and
wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us
words
to
of
the
the world
world around us.
around us.
We
We
believe
believe that
that the
the
service
truth
of
of
our
our
country is the
is the truth
service of the
of
Lord of Lords, and
the
devotion to the
people.
people is
Is the
devotion to the
devotion
Supreme Self.
to the
We know our responsibilities, give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat Hari Om.
हरिओम। नेक्स्ट टाइम पढ़ के आ,
Okay, sir.
पढ़ के बोल कुछ नहीं, आएगा नहीं।
Hari Om.